Hi, I'm State Representative Tom Mehaffie, and welcome to Tom's Tours. We're at the Milton Hershey School today, and I'm with Secretary Russell Redding and Rachel Teller, who's in charge of AEE, which is Agricultural and Environmental Education. And we invited the Secretary to come down to see the babies, and also to learn a little bit about what Milton Hershey does here in the 106th District with agriculture, and more of it with the kids and what they're doing and the education that's going on. So, Secretary, you want to tell us a little bit about your experience today and the tour we've already went through, and saw a little bit about the hydroponics, going through the greenhouses and so forth, but also, what you saw today.
Well, first of all, thanks for the invitation. This started at Farm Show. You recall, I don't think we had the kids in our hands at that point,
we did
but
not.
We were talking about the future of agriculture, the importance of ag education, and just sort of the career opportunities we have, but also the need to raise awareness about what are those jobs, right? And where does that opportunity really begin? It begins in school, and we've got a wonderful piece of history here with Milton Hershey, but also a chance to talk about agriculture and food systems. And today is really a chance to look at it firsthand, to see the students and their attraction to markets and livestock and the conservation science and all of that. So here to take a look at it, to learn more. We've got a wonderful commission on ag education that really is charged with looking at this whole issue of how do we grow the workforce of the future around agriculture. So today brings all that together.
It's really impressive what you've done here, Rachel, and I can't say this. I've been here quite a few times, the first time in this barn, though, and thank you for inviting us down. This is something that we've wanted to do for a long period of time. But tell us a little bit about what's going on right here with the kids and what your students are experiencing right now.
Sure, and anytime, Representative Mehaffie, we are very fortunate that you are so supportive of our programming here, and you're more than welcome anytime you're here. So again, we're very fortunate here at Milton Hershey School to have such a strong agricultural program and history at the school. It's written into the deed of trust that all students shall be educated in the ways of agriculture, horticulture, and floriculture. And we take that very seriously. And so every single student here at Milton Hershey School actually does interact with our agricultural and environmental education department in one way, shape, or form. We are here to provide academics support to the classes pre-K through 12. We run after-school programming modeled after 4-H clubs. We help with psych services, with animal-assisted therapy. We are involved in student home programming as well, where the students can either live in one of our AG&R themed student homes, which have a barn that's dedicated to them themselves, or they can sign up for like fish stocking. We do have a trout pen on campus that the students are involved with as well. So we have lots of opportunities for the students to learn about the importance of ag and how it connects to them. And then we also run a wonderful internship program over the summer, which actually prepares the students very well for their post-high school career and plans, where they actually do have to go through the process of applying for a job, interviewing, creating a resume, creating a cover letter, all in preparation for what they're going to have to do once they actually become adults.
It's fantastic. The program here is just outstanding. But you had a little bit of an explosion of babies.
Yes,
So I don't know if we could shoot a little bit here of what's going on, but there are a lot
and
of
this is only
kids.
part of the ones that were born so far. Our students effectively call this baby season. They say it is better than Christmas, and this is something that I think all of our students look forward to in the barn. I would say actually the entire school looks forward to it. They always want to know when they can come out and see these babies, because as you can see, they are so cute. But yeah, so our goats are seasonal breeders, so they breed in the fall and then give birth in the spring because they're pregnant for about 5 months. And right now we are, right in the midst of it. So we've got about half of our goats that have given birth. We've got another half due before the end of April. And then all these goats are going to be used in that student programming we talked about. Our students will show them at Farm Show. So when you went to Farm Show and you saw the goats, some of these were there. And then also these students will get a chance to sell them as a market animal, which means they'll actually take them to a youth livestock sale, and they'll get to keep the proceeds of the money that's actually, from the animal that they sell.
And I think that's really where we want to be with the kids. I mean, across the state, not only here at Milton Hershey School, but of course across the state, and what we're doing here at the at the Capitol, and the promotion of agriculture across this state is really, really, truly important. I mean, I think it's the #1 industry in Pennsylvania, and we want to continue that in heritage and make sure that we're taking care of those that want to get involved in this, whether you become a veterinarian or a teacher, or you run a farm. I mean, we have a lot of a lot of good things going on right here in central Pennsylvania, but let alone across the state. So.
Yeah, it's been really important to, in the legislature, we've had this sort of discussion about the importance of ag, right? And I think for all of us in Milton Hershey School is a great sort of example of what people think of agriculture, right? And it's usually in a one dimension, right? They think of the animals and think of the tradition. The reality is it's a lot of different things, right? It's the conservation work, it's the plant science, it's the logistics and technology, and make your list. And they're all the issues that we talk about in the legislature and the administration is how do we have the public appreciate that, but how do you grow a workforce that actually is inspired to want to do this? And I think what you do here at Milton Hershey is a great example of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Well, I think what's interesting when we had our conversation earlier, you're outside, you grew up right side out of Manhattan, which is impressive that you got into the farming industry, but you know, and now are a teacher and you know, experiencing what you experience here today. But I think a lot of the students that come to Milton Hershey are also from, you know, inner city and they don't have this experience and they come here. I grew up in Schuylkill County, so I grew up in a farm area. You grew up as in the farming community. So for us, it's kind of second nature. But for you, and when you first got involved in this, and then of course the kids that come here, they have a prime opportunity now, and I think that's really, really important. So.
And one of the things that I do like to stress to the students too is even if agriculture isn't your goal, almost anything that you want to do can tie into agriculture. So if you're interested in engineering, we need large mechanic engineers, you know, people to work on the tractors, people to develop all this new equipment. If you're interested in finance, there's lots of banks that are dedicated to farmers and agriculture and making sure that the loans are secured. One of the big pushes right now is in chemistry classes, we do a bunch of chemistry lessons with them, and we talk about food science. A lot of people don't think of food science as being agriculture, but it is in the College of Ag, and it's a very important field to be going into as well. And so we really like to open the eyes of the students to the different opportunities that they have available for them.
No, it's great. And I can't thank you enough, Secretary Redding.
Pleasure.
Rachel, thank you so much for inviting us down. I think we're going to do a little bit with the students here and talk about the animals more, but thank you for joining us today.
Pleasure. Thanks for all you do.
Anytime. You're
Thank you.
I'm with Amelia and Kenny. Thank you so much for inviting me down here. This was kind of something that happened when we were at the farm show and we got to see your cows and when you were showing, but we wanted to see the goats. As I said with Rachel, we had an explosion here of babies this week, so this is just fantastic. I think we couldn't have timed this any better. But tell us a little bit about what you do to raise these animals as far as going through the process from birth now to the next step and when they, you know, either you show them at the farm show or where they go next.
All right, so we have a couple bucks here on campus and then a lot of milking does, and we'll go through and breed them based on what we're looking to get out of them and what will improve the next generation, because that's the main goal, is to have offspring that are better than their mother. And then once all this happens and all the little cute things come out, we take care of them. Some of the goats make more milk than their babies can drink, so we'll milk that and use that. Some of the babies don't have enough milk from their moms, so some of them do get bottle fed. And we raise them, do a lot of cuddling to make them used to people and nice. And then eventually we show them a lot over the summer just to get them used to smaller shows first, and then either they'll be does who will go to a farm show, or a lot of the males and any of our meat goat crosses go to Gratz Fair in September where they're auctioned off.
Oh, okay, great. Kenny, what's your favorite part of this? And I mean, it's hard not to fall in love with these animals, but is any specifics that you want to tell me a little bit about what the process, I mean, now that they're born, I mean, are you here every day? You get up early in the morning? What's going on, I mean, as far as handling these animals all day?
So basically for me, I come like 2 or 3 times after school during the week. Sometimes I come on the weekends depending. And for now, like, since we have so many, we're just giving them all time to make them friendly and get them used to everybody. So whoever gets them or ends up working with them, they're just friendly, and that's what we're going to do for now.
The nice thing is even your males are really tame and they're nice and they're easy to work with. And I think you do a great job here, you know, making sure that these animals are loved. But not only that, but they love people too. As you saw here, even as young as they are, you get to work with them. So anything else? I mean, we're in an old dairy barn here. You guys kind of revamped this. I know you do a lot of your own work as far as your hay and straw and baling it yourselves and helping out with that process. Anything else that you want to elaborate on as far as what maybe is your favorite part of the goats? What do you like the best? Amelia, what do you think?
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Kenny, anything that you like to,
My favorite part is the babies too, because that's the fun part. After that, it's just work. So
Yeah. Well, you also handle you have your cows too, right? They're giving birth too, so I'm sure you have some calves right now too. That's a big part. I know you're going into your senior year. Amelia, you're leaving us. You're going to college?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Good for you. And you're going to stick with the program, agricultural program, and your plans are to stay with animals and other things to deal with ag. Is that correct?
Yeah, my goal is to get an animal science degree and then eventually be a dairy goat farmer. So exactly what I'm doing here.
Good for you. That's fantastic. Kenny, you got a whole year ahead of you before you get to move on and go to college, but you got a lot of work here. You know that.
For sure.
Yeah. So when you work with your cows, do you split time between this barn and the other barns then?
I mean, I do a lot. So like I hang out here a lot, and then we spend time there. But I kind of try to give my time equally to everything, even though I'd rather be with the cows. But
Good, good. Well, that's great. Well, guys, thank you so much for the invitation. This was special for me, and I know it was special for Secretary Redding to come down here and see exactly what you guys do and all the hard work you put into these animals. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining me on Tom's Tours, and have a great day.